Patrick, a cute little boy with long dark hair and an impish smile, was my first case. He had just turned 5 when I met him and his family in their home, a compact house in a small Midwestern suburb. I was there accompanying Dr. Ian Stevenson. Once a young man in a hurry, becoming the head of a psychiatry department in his late 30s, Ian had walked away from the ladder of academic success for an interest he would doggedly pursue for 40 years: children who report memories of previous lives. Nearly 80, but with curiosity still unabated, Ian was meeting the family because Patrick's mother had become convinced her son was his deceased half-brother returned to life. Ian viewed Patrick's case as potentially important. Though he had published many articles and books about children who had made numerous statements that matched details of someone who had died, Ian's best cases were all from other countries, mostly in Asia, where a general belief in reincarnation existed. His American cases tended to be weaker. They included 2 basic types: children who seemed to remember being a deceased family member, and children who talked about a past life but did not give enough details for a previous person to be identified. The same family cases had the inherent weakness that the child might have overheard others discussing the deceased. While Patrick's case was a same family one, it had another critical feature. He had 3 birthmarks that appeared to match lesions on his deceased half-brother, marks that had nothing to do with what he might have heard people say. Ian arranged a 3-day trip with a plan to be thorough. We would have a long interview with the family on the first day, a second one the next day to cover items we had overlooked or that we needed to clarify, and interviews on the second and third days with other people involved in Patrick's life. We hoped the extended time with Patrick would help him become comfortable enough to talk to us about any memories he had. We arrived at the home and sat down in the living room with Patrick's mother, Lisa. Ian took a clipboard and a tape recorder out of his satchel, well worn from his trips around the world. He tested the recorder and placed it on the coffee table.